Coverage of the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Brought to you by Manx Radio and Manx Telecom.
And good morning to you in the Isle of Man. It's just gone 8 minutes past 8. We're live from Australia's Gold Coast for the 7th day of the 2018 Commonwealth Games. And we've got some breaking news for you because we have some medal success. But before we go into that, let's find out where Joe Pack is.
Yes, Chris, I am in the media centre. I've been at bowls this morning, heading to badminton this afternoon, but enough about that because we have got some excitement, haven't we?
Day 7 of the 2018 Commonwealth Games, and the Isle of Man has our first medal. It's come in the way of shooting here at the Belmont Shooting Centre on Australia's Gold Coast, courtesy of Tim Neal, the 35-year-old, gaining a silver medal for shooting 70 in the final. And that comes at the back of a flawless round in the qualifying earlier. He finished behind Scotland's David McMath, a 74. That was a games record, but Tim Neal only 4 behind and some way clear of third place Ankur Mittal of India on 53. But what a day for Team Isle of Man. Our first medal, a silver for Tim Neal, and I've just caught up with him.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to say. It's pretty emotional to come here and represent the island and come back with a medal. Yeah, you've kind of caught me at the wrong time.
You had to dig deep early on, a shaky start, I think, to say the least, but you really pulled it out the bag, and to qualify a flawless shoot in your final round. Did you take that confidence into this final this evening?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult range to shoot, so during training, everyone, I think, just thought if you could just grind out some consistent scores, you'd be thereabouts in the final. So, a 25 personally was a big blow, but looking back, it was it was start of that consistency, I suppose, to back it up with all 26s and then finish on that high. I mean, I didn't know where I was positioned going into that last round. So yeah, it was just get out there and try and prove that I can still shoot double trap after shooting 26s and 25s. So yeah, and then to come into the final in third. Great peg to start on as well, not too tricky from my point of view, and see a few targets as well before we get going, and then yeah, just try and stick to that process and head down and try and hit as many as possible, and yeah, a great field out there with James, in the Rio final as well in 2016. So him and David as well. Some great competition, and the Indian lads as well. I mean, fantastic, and great to see Pakistan there as well. To be honest, I mean, it's not often we see them on the international stage. So great result for those guys too.
A lot's been made of the heat here on Australia's Gold Coast for this Commonwealth Games, but the wind was also a big factor for you shooters.
Yeah, tricky range. Wind has been gusty and blown the targets around a little bit, and it's the cloud today has been kind of intermittent as well, so in and out, and making it a bit challenging. But yeah, the range isn't the easiest to shoot on. I think a lot of us would be glad we're not coming back here. But yeah, no, it's the same for everyone. You just got to kind of dig in and try and just do as best you can, really.
And how special is this moment for you, considering shooting won't be at the Olympics or indeed at the Commonwealth Games in 4 years' time in Birmingham?
Yeah, it's a real special moment, to be honest. I've been on a long journey to get here. Now, I suppose, and our coach, Ed Barker, I mean, when I first competed in Melbourne in 2016, or 2006, sorry, his dad was the coach, who'd been my coach for a long time as well, but unfortunately he passed away after the Rio Games. So it's so yeah, just the last sort of 2 years has been a real struggle to get here, really. So to kind of come away with some silverware is fantastic as well, and to kind of be here wearing the Manx flag and putting us on the stage, it's fantastic.
Where then, considering your glittering shooting career, does this achievement rank?
Oh yeah, it's got to be up there at the top. An Olympic final or a Commonwealth silver medal. It's tough to choose between them, really. I mean, coming here and representing the Isle of Man it's a different feeling to representing Great Britain. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's definitely one of the top moments. So fantastic feeling and great to have the support here as well from the crowd and all the people that have travelled out from the Isle of Man as well. Great of them that they've come and really cheered us on. It's been a great help in the finals. If we can sort of pick up one or two games, that'd be fantastic. So we've had lots of guys in the team that have really performed amazingly. They've had PBs, they've made finals, they made semi-finals, and back at home, maybe it's not. People don't understand how difficult it is to make the finals. The standard is so high here, and for people to come out and perform and get personal bests, it's a huge achievement for the Isle of Man, and to bring a medal back as well, it's just massive. So yeah, really pleased, and I think the whole team should be really pleased with what they've done so far as well. Hopefully we can carry it on for the last few days of the games.
And I'll offer you this chance because we can hear your voice breaking. We know how much this means to you. This chance to thank all those people who have come to support you and to have made this opportunity and this moment possible.
Yeah, I mean that's it. The whole team has been fantastic. I mean, I've got the easy job, I guess. It's everyone else that's kind of helped me get here. That's really put the work in and kind of tried to keep me on the straight and narrow. So yeah, everyone back in the Isle of Man and that's come out here and travelled with the team as well. Just can't thank everyone enough, really.
So there you have it, Tim Neal, who's got his second Commonwealth Games medal. He built on his experience 8 years ago in India, in Delhi, when he earned himself a bronze medal. He's gone one better this time with a silver. So a fantastic day for Team Isle of Man, and well, the success has been in a number of sports. The first medal success for the shooting, but success is measured in a number of different ways, and the swimmers have also had a fantastic time here out in Australia. And Joe, you were at the final swimming event last night.
Thanks, Chris. Yes, last night was the last event for the Isle of Man swimming team, and what a night it was. The women's medley relay team have made history, being the only Isle of Man women's team to make the Commonwealth Games final, now also smashing the island record in over 20 seconds in a time of 4:20.25. In a moment, we will be hearing from Coach Lee Holland, but now let's hear from the team.
Yeah, it was really good to get out and race with the girls tonight. It's nice to all finish together, and it's nice to finish on a high with getting the island record as well.
And let's just talk about backstroke there. I mean, that was the first time I've seen you in an open air swimming pool, Neve. Was that as good as what you were hoping it's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, backstroke isn't my main event, and it was great to just get in there, do the thing for the team, and do backstroke. I mean, it was all right. I was hoping to go a little bit faster, but I'm happy with what I got, especially in the conditions, so yeah.
And how about going first in the team? Is that quite daunting?
Oh, I was so nervous, but no, it was great. I've been working on my backstroke starts. That was like one of my main priorities, to get that right, so I think I executed it well, and I just hope I did all right for the team, so yeah.
I have a feeling you did. Steph, for the first time I've managed to speak to you this Games, what an end to a Games for you, and the first time at the Commonwealth Games, working with a team of the girls that you love being with. What was that like?
Oh, it was incredible. I just love getting out with the girls, and obviously I don't normally do front crawl, but getting on and doing front crawl the last leg, we knew it was going to be hard, but I just wanted to bring it back and get the island record, which is just great.
An island record, and I know everyone back at home was shouting off their sofas through the TV screens at you. What's it like to have that support?
Oh, it's great. It's just nice to get all the messages, and online obviously with you, sending it back to Isle of Man. It's great getting all the support, and we know everyone's behind us.
Charlotte, of course, there's another superb fly from you. What was that like, working back with the girls that you enjoy being with?
Yeah, I mean, it was so much fun. I mean, I'm so happy we finished the Games on such a high. We had so much fun doing the event, and I think that's really happy memories for us. So.
And also, I have to ask you, what are you going to do to celebrate? That's the most important thing right now.
Well, I don't know. I think we're going to get a McDonald's first, and then we'll see after that.
Well, I'm going to have to calm myself down now because I'm with Coach Lee Holland. And Lee, have you got a voice?
Just about. It's hanging on.
You must have been in tatters with your nerves all day long because the pressure is on this evening to go out with a bang, and they really have. The girls have performed incredibly well, and they've just completely smashed the island record. And of course, it is the first time that we've ever had a ladies team medley, obviously, in the race as well. How are you feeling right now?
Well, at the end of day 6, Joe, you dead right. My nerves have been stronger. Let's say that. But no, I'm so proud of those girls and the whole team. You know, the whole competition, they've exceeded expectation. They've done everything we've asked of them and more so. You know, they've surprised us at every turn in their attitude, the professionalism, and like I say, tonight was a culmination of what is probably a week that, well, I won't say never, but I can't see it being matched anytime soon.
Well, I can't believe it's all over at the swimming pool, and unfortunately also it's the end of the road for lawn bowls at the Games, but a great way to finish as Clive McGreal beat Botswana 21-13 today in the men's singles. However, he didn't qualify to go through to the next round.
Well, naturally we're disappointed with having 3 losses in total, but in hindsight I think we can take great pride in the way that we've played. Beating a Jamaican side, you know, you can't underestimate anyone in this competition, and although on paper probably expected to win that game, they put up a great fight in the start of it, and we had to really pull our act together to end up grinding out a probably generous win towards the end by 11 shots. But I think we played really well against the Welsh lads, and it was just a little bit of luck that we didn't have that they did, and that was really, I think it was 3 ends over the entire 18 that the game was depicted on. 2 ends where they scored and 1 end where we could have scored a high score and didn't, and that as soon as you've got sort of an 8-shot difference there, we're back within 2 and the whole dynamic of the game changes. So then moving on to Northern Ireland, I think my dad will agree that neither of us played to our potential on that, and their skip was really on form and we couldn't really do a lot about it. And against South Africa, we were 5 down playing the last end, and before the South African skip played his last ball, we were holding 5 for a draw. So I think we can take great pride in the way that we've played and having some really close results. And I think overall, when I look on the table, we've been ranked 14th out of 24. So although we're disappointed to lose 3 of the 4 games we played, we're still in the mix and did really well.
Clive, you just finished a match against Botswana, and what a high you've just finished on. Just talk me through the match.
Okay, yeah, Botswana, not to be underestimated, a lot of good bowlers out there. They're probably about 5 times the size of our membership, so they've got some people to pick from. Had a good start, had a good lead up to about 11-1, then let him back in the game, back to 11-all, but then put some ends together and finished up 21-13 on the right side for the change. So yeah, take something out of the match and out of the competition.
Which match, if you can, now thinking back, whether it be within pairs or singles, would you say that you enjoyed the most, and why?
Probably the Welsh game. As Mark said earlier on, it was only 2 or 3 ends in it where the match could have swayed quite a lot, and you look back on that, they've just won the gold medal, so not to say that we'd be in the same position, but margins are so close, so close.
Team manager Bernice, oh, what a week it's been. I mean, it has been constant, hasn't it, for you, sitting there on the sidelines? Your emotions must be running high.
Yes, they have, and you know, I don't know whether it would have been any easier than not being my own family, because I've not been in a position of team manager for anyone else. But I'm tremendously proud of the way that they've played. They've had some really close games, and I think they've done the island proud.
Well, that was the McGreals there, and I have to say I've really enjoyed the lawn bowls when I've been to it at the 2018 Commonwealth Games. One of my favourite events, actually. But I mean, what a day today here at the Belmont Shooting Centre on Australia's Gold Coast, where the Isle of Man has won its first medal of the 2018 Commonwealth Games, a silver. Him, Neil. Well, I need to catch my breath, so we'll head to some adverts. But if you want to keep up to date with all the exclusive content, then go to Facebook, Twitter, and of course check out manxradio.com portal for more. But let's head to the adverts.
Coverage of the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Brought to you by Manx Radio and Manx Telecom.
Badminton results now. Ladies doubles, Kristen and Kim played Sri Lanka, losing 2-0. Brother and sister Ben and Jess Lee played in the mixed doubles against Ghana, losing 2-0. Kim was first out of the ladies singles, playing Canada, losing 2-0. It was always going to be a tough first singles match, playing against the third seed and also current gold medalist. Next out on court at 9:05 is Jessica Lee playing Zambia. Kristen Merritt will then play Pakistan at 10:10 UK time, followed by Ben Lee playing Malaysia.
Well, badminton is based at the Carrara Stadium, Joe, as I'm sure you do know. You've been there yourself. I've been speaking to the badminton manager, the badminton team coach, Alex Marriott, about how they've been doing.
Great day, great day. Players are performing well. They feel comfortable on the court, and some good results.
Take us through the conditions of this particular venue and what you have to go through with your players to prepare them sufficiently.
So we've had a really good run up to the event. We were out quite early. We were at the Sunshine Coast to acclimatise because the hall here is hot. So it's a real challenge in terms of acclimatising. The venue is also quite large, which means there's quite a drift in the hall, and one end plays quite differently to the other end. So we've had a lot of practice time on the courts here. And I think that's really put our players in good stead because they feel comfortable in how to play each end, and I think their opposition have struggled with that a little bit more.
Two players through quite comfortably, but they've got big challenges in their next matches. How far do you think they can go in this competition?
I think that's a tough one. I think if they perform to the best of their ability and they're really on it, then they can be competitive. But the players they're playing are actually some of the very best in the world. Both are former gold medalists at the Commonwealth, so they're really up against it.
So backs to the wall job if you look at their honours lists, if you like, but a fantastic experience for them to come against these great players and hopefully provide the biggest shocks for the Isle of Man at this Commonwealth Games.
Yes, definitely. It's a real opportunity to play against this level of player, and in terms of developing for the future, if you want to compete at this level and be in a position where you can take medals in the future, you've got to experience that. You've got to be amongst these players.
Well, I'm looking forward to going to watch Kristen and Ben after the show. But Chris, back to you for the big news of the day.
And that is Tim Neal and his silver in the men's double trap shooting. Every single Manx person inside the Belmont Shooting Centre here is beaming, including myself and including the Isle of Man Commonwealth Games Association President, Basil Bielich.
It's absolutely phenomenal. We were sitting in the stands and it was so tense. I can't believe how calm he kept, and he just hung in there for 80 shots. And just steady, and he went well the whole way through. Most unbelievable, the pressure he must have been under, let alone us in the stands. I was sitting behind the Chief Minister, and when he came through in silver, it was fantastic. Just when we knew he'd got a medal, it was the most amazing feeling. You know, I wanted our team to get a medal, and we've eventually got it, and we've waited 7 days to get it, and it's the most amazing experience and phenomenal feeling, and the team must be so proud of Tim. So, you know, it'll really be something we'd look back on, and it's incredible. Yeah.
And you're draped in the Manx flag, you've got the Manx colours on. Just finally, just describe the emotion that was building and that has poured out from not just Tim Neal but yourself and every other Manxman who's been here at the shooting at the Belmont Shooting Centre today.
I think we're just so proud of our little nation who has achieved so much. It's absolutely amazing.
A very emotional Basil Bielich. Don't forget to keep an eye on all Manx Radio social media, including Facebook, Twitter and Manx Radio portal. Chris.
Well, it's been an absolutely fantastic day here at the shooting. I'm so proud, as is every other Manx person here, and as you should be, because this is not just a medal for Tim Neal, the shooter. This is a medal for his coach, for his teammates, and for every single one of the 80,000 people in the Isle of Man. Let's christen him the silver shooter. He's done a fantastic job, but it's time to go back to the 8:30 headlines, and I think Tim Neal will be top of the bill.